Good morning, traders. So how did we trade the Aussie this morning? I think the key thing on the daily is we did get a engulfing, this daily engulfing candle, and now we have an inside bar. So we pretty much have two daily signals that we have a potential turn or alternatively some form of consolidation starting to happen. So let's just get to the weekly. Weekly, nothing really here saying that we have a potential turn. Now I would, this 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, this bar off the 200, a break above it would have given you confirmation that the turn was in place. But what we do have is a step outside the Bollinger Bands and the momentum index here. And we also have, they're not grouped yet, but they are getting to a grouping area, and this is the stochastics. So let's just get to the lower time frames. Those are the ones we want to trade. So the 4 hour, again, you can see we had a strong rally and then we went sideways. Now, the key thing here is as follows. We have continuation diversions. Okay, so in other words, you can see the oscillator made a new high here. And just put the, see there. So there was the previous high, and if you look above the cursor, you'll see we're ever so slightly over here in this area, we're just above it. So that is a new high. We've got a crossover of the stochastics, and if I look at price created a new high. So there's a good chance that we have some more downside. Okay. For me at this stage, there's nothing really here on the 4 hour that has given me the confirmation that we are moving. So the level we need to watch is pretty much 45.9. Let's call it 49.30. I know it's 27, but just round it off, which is the same for this pattern. Okay, so this inside bar pattern, some people traded above this bar, other people traded above this bar here. Okay, so in other words, if price breaks above here, there is a long. If price breaks above here, there's a long, and that would be on the daily. So we want to just get down to the hour, see if we can get an early entry on anything. Okay, now with the daily, there is pretty much nothing going on here as well. So you can see how a grouping of the oscillators, a step outside the Bollinger Band, and look what happened. We fell off. Okay, this could be a double bottom. Okay, so this area here, you can see if I look to the left, look how many tails interact with this level here. So that to me is probably the strongest line in the sand, and at the same time, it kind of gives us a, if we go from the top of this pin bar here, there's a shoulder, there's a head, and here's another shoulder. Okay, so pretty much another mixed bag at the moment, and bear in mind that it is a Monday, so more than likely sideways action until the US opens and we get some direction from the US. For me at the moment, I'm not entirely sure I see anything here that excites me. These tails over here that were on Friday, in other words, the buyers that were stepping in at this level, sort of gives me a feeling that we may have a potential move to the upside. My challenge at the moment is the stochastics have crossed over in a position which normally indicates another strong move down. Okay, so the daily has got a positive signal, or a bullish signal. The 4 hour's got a bearish signal, and the 1 hour is a little bit confused. Okay, so pretty much the way I would play this is to watch for a break of 45.445. That's what we'll be looking for the break to the upside. Alternatively, we're looking for a break below 44.855. I think let's just make sure we've got this right. 44.800. Just keep it safe. So 44,800 break to the downside is going to bring more downside coming. And then what you can expect is pretty much first 44,540 and then 44,250. Those will be the next two levels to the downside. Okay, a break above 45,445 is going to bring this gap close into play. And I think what you need to do is just be on the conservative side. Look for this inside tail here, and that is 45,840. Okay, so that's kind of what I see at the moment. But a break above this fractal or this fractal is going to indicate an upward move. Okay, so before we close down, let's just go have a look at the ichimoku. And I want to start with the daily. You can see how the daily has flattened out. So we've got Kijinsen and Tikinsen flattening out. We've got the cloud flattening out. Nothing to read into it, but it just indicates that we are ranging currently. Sorry, that's a 4 hour. The daily pretty much has the start of started to flatten out as well. So nothing to read into it, but just a warning that we may be ranging, starting to range, or alternatively, if we stay above Tikinsen, the blue line, then there is potential that we can get above Kijinsen. If we can get above Kijinsen, then it's a break. But again, remember what I said. This fractal level here is your line in the sand. If you look at the 4 hour, there's a lot of interaction to left at this level. So we need to get above 45,800. Oh, sorry, not 45,800. 45,900. So we need to get above 45,900, 45,920 for this to play out. If we look at the 1 hour, we've had a bullish twist in the Kijinsen Tikinsen. We've got Chikuspan, which is sitting in price, which indicates it's ranging, and we've got a flat cloud, which is indicating ranging. We also got a flat Kijinsen Tikinsen, which indicates range. Okay, so there's nothing really to write into this at the moment. So as far as I'm concerned, I think I'm just going to wait and see still. We'll look to see what happens pretty much at these two levels. So we're looking for it's the high and low of Friday. So 44,820 and 45,400. Those are the two levels we're watching. Okay, so yeah, I think probably going to just wait this one out for the European Open and have a look, see later this afternoon to see what the US is doing. There may be an opportunity in this, but even if I look at the weekly, we do have a weekly level here. Line that up with this inside bar. So we do have a couple of weekly levels that we sort of interacted with. I'm going to move that down to there. But we also missed this level here. Okay, so we didn't quite tag 43,900. Okay, so mixed bag for me at the moment. So I think I'll just wait and see what happens. And this has been a strong move if you look at the weekly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's been 9 weeks of solid move to the downside. And there's nothing on the weekly that's indicating a change in direction. So, yeah, I think that's it for me. Probably keep my money in my pocket until later this afternoon when the US opens. And then we'll have a look-see. It is starting to interest me. I do see head and shoulders. I do see potential. But we'll have to wait and see what happens this morning. Anyway, guys, that's me for today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.